So I went up and I said, how much is beer? Because I had to scrounge for change because I only had like 75 cents or something.
Yeah.
And because I didn't check the ATM. And some guy was like, oh, I don't know. You check with the bartender or something. I think it's like $1.50 or $1.75 or $2 or $3. I don't know. It was like if they were like homegrown beers. And then like and then this guy in a security, this guy, it looked like he was from the city or something. Big fat guy with like a white shirt and like a police type uniform came out. He's got like black pants and black shoes. And he's got like a walkie-talkie and like a nightstick.
Yeah.
And he comes out of like the kitchen area, and he's like, "Excuse me, is this the guy that was downstairs? Are you the guy that was downstairs?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, or I'm gonna fucking kick you out, or I'm gonna have to arrest you." So he kicked me out of the top level of the restaurant. So I went outside. I'm like, shit, now I have to call her back. So I went back to the Feed and Read bookstore behind there. And I called up and I said, I'm sorry, but like we're gonna have to meet somewhere else. I'm not gonna go to the K-Town because they'll kick me out there eventually for some reason or another. And I said, what's a good place to go? I have no idea where we should go. Should I meet you up? But no, I think the best thing to do, because I'm meeting my friends down at Basin Street anyway. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I know about that. So he said, I'll be there in about 2 hours. So I went down to Basin Street, which is like about past the Turkey Hills, up the street, past like residential area. And then, it's at the other end of town. It's like right on the edge of town where like the steel factories are and stuff. Like the old steel factory on the left with like the train station that goes across, goes like to the town of Lyons, like just like a mile, 2 miles away or something, down southwest. And then like they do like a little tourist thing there. So I went in there and they got their little pumpkins out, like those psychedelic pumpkins and stuff. And they're like old Basin Street, cheesy, like 200-year-old building, and like pretty much looks like a brothel or something turned into a bar. And I went in there and it was like a bunch of like mountain people and stuff, and like locals, factory locals and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I'm all sitting around, there's like maybe a couple teachers or retired teachers or something.
Yeah.
So like a bunch of 35, I sat down and I sat out and went in, I'm like, I'm all depressed and stuff. Like I feel like a bum, and I only have enough for one drink, and so I got a small drink. Cheaper there for like maybe like 35 cents less. So I got a drink, and then I was like, I can't sit up here because like I'm like sitting across from these people, and like I'm already going into like anti-society mode and stuff because I have no job or anything. I'm coming up here to escape.
Yeah.
Like so I went and I was like, can I sit in the corner over on the other side? Like next in the restaurant area. So I sat up there for a while, and like there was like the karaoke speakers behind me. Playing some kind of like bunch of tunes and stuff. I'm sitting there like with my helmet on, and then I just take it off, and I'm like zoning out completely. Like I feel like a moron. And so and then like a couple of people came up. There was like this lady in like some kind of mask or something. She was wearing like a stupid mask on her face. She's like, across from this guy with a Zorro thing on or something. I was like, I don't know what he had on yet. Like they sit down, he's like the skinny guy, and she's like the fat guy with the fat lady with the mask. And he sits down, like sitting across from me, and then like they feel like, oh, this is really fucking lame. We're sitting across from this guy just sitting there staring at us. So they were talking for a while, and then they decided to move to the bar. So they moved to the bar, and I decided after about 10 minutes I would move over back to the bar, and I moved to the other side of them. They left, and then there was like a bunch of jock guys or something. So watching, they just keep switching the channels and stuff, and there's like an amphibian that comes on and shows like the change of the people from like lizard state, and it like morphs in the graphic representation into like caveman, into like Neanderthal man and stuff, into like present day man, and then like went back to football again or something. I don't know what was on, and then these like 5 girls sat down next to me. These like 35-year-old secretaries, like 27 or something to 36 or something, or 40.
Yeah.
And like they sit down next to me, and like sit down next to me, and the lady's like, that's a very nice lantern. So,
Talking about what?
What?
What are you talking about? Pretty nice
talking
lantern?
about the lantern, the mining hat I had on my head, which I'm not sure you saw.
Okay.
I had a mining hat, which I was wearing all week.
Yeah.
And like, did you see the mining hat?
I don't think so.
I got it the week before, and like, I got it, and everyone thought it was electric, and the people that sold it to me thought it was electric. And I finally found out you're supposed to add, I'm supposed to add like sodium chloride to it, which is like rock salt. And it like drips down from one canister, whatever. And so they were sitting down, I'm like looking at them for a while, and like, I'm sort of like spacing out into this like flashing pumpkin lantern in front of me. It's like pumpkin. It's an actual pumpkin or something, I think, with like some kind of electrical thing that keeps flashing. So I kept kind of stared at that and like kind of went over the conversation that was going on around me. And then like, I now went over to the other side of the bar, which is the corner of the bar, and they left. And then I waited and I was like talking to these people. I'm like, oh, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. And the guy was like over at Dave and Mary's, which is the people. Mary was the person I was supposed to meet. Dave was his boyfriend. But I don't know. Anyway, so he did this thing on my audio thing. He goes pumpkin, which is like one of the tracks or something. He keeps saying over and over again about some like people down south or something, like pumpkin or something. Pumpkin. He goes like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so like we talked for a while. He did a little drawing with like a rabbit, like with like really buggy eyes, and it says "fuck me" on it, and like it shows the entire bar, and it's like where it says Miller Lite, I put ESP Light or something, or Miller ESP, I don't know. Anyways, a bunch of stuff, LSD, and like I had like whatever, it's like this whole drawing, and like I sat there and we were waiting so long for her. This girl's wearing a rabbit outfit, so I drew her, and then I was waiting there for a while, and I finally stepped on the picture of your two friends. I accidentally stepped on it because we were waiting so long for Mary, wondering why Mary was so late all the time. No one could figure it out. So I accidentally stepped on the glass, and I said it was Mary's fault because I stepped on the glass. And I said if she showed up any earlier, I wouldn't have stepped on it and cracked it. So it was her fault. Anyway, and so she showed up, and then we left, and blah 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 blah. I went down the road, and she said, okay, we're going to Hawk Mound first, and then we're going to Alexander. Is that okay? Yeah. So I went over to Hawk Mound. That's the other end. That's like half hour away, and or 35 minutes away, like towards Hamburg, where I used to live. And then she was like, is this the turn? Because we were taking the back road on the other side of the mountain. I'm like, I don't know. I usually take this way. Went down like this place called, I don't know, outside of Stony Run or something. A place called, I don't know. And it was like a mining town or something. This place is like a mining town outside. I don't even know what it is. It's like a sand and gravel or something. Salt town or something. And like we went down this road, and like next to this apple orchard, like I used to pick apples at on this like Mexican land, on like a ladder or something. And like I said, I don't know. As far as I know, you're supposed to go straight. So I don't know about that. So it went straight, and then like couldn't turn around. She got really pissed off. Kept going. And then we finally was like, oh shit, we're in like Lenhartsville, and like where this guy blew his head off like a year ago. It was like the first crime in like 40 years. And we went through there, and then we went up the hill, went to Hamburg, went past the state mental asylum, and then like she's like, are you sure you know where we're going? Like I was like, I'm just gonna drop you off or whatever, cause like I want to meet my friends. We met them on a corner, like right, making a right towards Hamburg, and they're like, we're going straight to Alexander. We're supposed to go second. And like she's like, as soon as I drop you off, I'm gonna go with them. It's like, and that's it. I'm just dropping you off. So we went there. She never went to this place, and she's like, okay, make a left here. Went over these